What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from sneakerfiles.com, recapping the news. And before we get into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments and DMs in the last couple days, and we're going to talk about those questions I've been getting here. Throughout the week, I'm going to do multiple videos, so be on the lookout for that. Now, as for highlights in this video, I can confirm that the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 in navy will be released in 2025. As well, the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy will be returning spring 2025. I go over more details on both shoes later on in the video. And the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal will be launched in spring 2025. So there's going to be a lot of 2025 news this week. As well, there is more news from Jordan Brand and Nike. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. In a couple days, Nike will bring out the Nike Dunk Low Veneer once again. As you guys may know, this pair originally dropped back in 2001 and was part of the Co.JP series. Then in 2020, Nike brought the shoes back again, and they did very well. They sold out pretty much instantly, and more than likely, the same is going to happen for the 2024 pair. A very clean colorway. The shoes feature a veneer, deep purple, and autumn green color combination, and for those that want to grab them, they drop on April 25th via the SNKRS app, and the retail price will be $115. A few weeks back, I showcased a first look at the There Skateboards Nike SB Dunk Low collaboration, and then just a few days ago, we received better images. So for those that don't know, There Skateboards is a skate shop, and their upcoming collaboration comes dressed in a black, gorge green, and white color combination. So going over the pair, they feature a combination of pebbled leather and hairy suede. Black is used across the base, and then we have unique embroidery on the hairy suede overlays in white. This, of course, is a tribute to the skate shop's signature print. And then, of course, we have Their Skateboards branding, which appears on the tongue labels and heels. Following, we have green on the mesh liner, tumbled leather swoosh logos, and on the rubber outsole. Finishing the look is a black rubber midsole. Now, in my opinion, I think these are clean. I like the green and black color combination, and they kind of have like a different look due to their design that they have throughout. I don't know if they're going to receive as much hype as some of the other collabs that Nike SB does, but to me, this is a solid pair. Now, as for a release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but they are expected to debut fall 2024, and the retail price will be $135. Probably the most asked comment in any video, even if I'm not talking about a Foamposite or specifically the Galaxy, is when is the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy releasing? Now, in short, the good news is that they are returning in spring 2025. Now, I'll get into more information and what I was recently told. Now, for those that don't know, this shoe was originally expected to debut in spring 2024, specifically for All-Star Weekend. Now, what's interesting is that the style code for the 2024 pair is the exact same for the 2025. So basically what this means is that it's the same shoe when I originally broke the news, it's just that it was delayed. Now, something that I've noticed over time is a lot of Foamposite releases get delayed. I'm not sure what it is. It has to do with something in the factories, manufacturing issues, because this isn't the only Foamposite that's been delayed. There's been a handful of others, but by far this is the most hyped and obviously one of the most prolonged delays. Now, I remember in 2020, Nike was supposed to bring back the Nike Total Air Foamposite Max, and unfortunately, I guess it was due to manufacturing issues, the shoes kept getting delayed, and then they entirely scrapped the model. That shoe also features a Foamposite upper, and we really need a retro of this pair. Now, I've heard rumors that potentially 2025 we're going to see those. That's on a side note, and that's not confirmed. It's just some rumors I've been hearing, but I wanted to let you guys know. Again, not confirmed. Now, as for details on the 2025 Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy, the shoes will feature an obsidian, black, and anthracite color combination. They are not expected to change anything. They are expected to resemble that of the 2012 release, including glow-in-the-dark detailing. Now, I do have some potentially bad news for you guys. The shoes are labeled a quick strike. So for those that don't know, typically nowadays, a quick strike means that they're on the somewhat limited side. Back in the mid-2000s, a quick strike meant something different, but nowadays it means that they're more on the limited side. Now, they'll be way more available in comparison to the original release. For those that don't know, I live in Sacramento, and they have a mall called Arden Fair Mall. Now, back in 2012, we had a House of Hoops, and they only got 4 pairs of this shoe. So that can kind of tell you the comparison of how limited they were, and they were the only place in Sacramento to have them. Also, I know Sacramento isn't a big market as LA or a place in New York or even Florida, but that House of Hoops was getting everything at that time. Now, as for the release details, this pair is expected to debut February 2025. So again, they are looking like an All-Star Weekend release. All-Star Weekend 2025 is going to be crazy. I got some more information for you guys in an upcoming video very soon. And the retail price for this pair is $240. Moving on to Jordan Brand, and they recently unveiled the Air Jordan 39. It's crazy to think that we're on the 39th model. For those that were born in 1984 or 1985, I was born in 84, this just makes you realize that we're knocking on the door of 40. That's crazy. But getting back to the shoes, thanks to Paulo Banchero, we have some on-feet photos and images of upcoming colorways, and that's thanks to Kusto. Now, not all the technology was unveiled. However, there is a total of 9 colorways that were shown. Again, we don't have images of all 9. Although they were shown, not all of the images got out. But there is a short description of each colorway, as well as 2 pairs having a release date, which I'll talk about now. The first pair we have is known as Soul. This pair comes dressed in all white and pays tribute to Michael Jordan's game and the blueprint for greatness going forward. The next pair is known as Lumiere, and it is inspired by Paris, specifically the lights and city skyline at night, consisting of black and white. University is a shoe that comes highlighted in University Blue, which is a nod to Jordan's college days at the University of North Carolina. The fourth pair is known as Croy, and it's inspired by Michael Jordan's on-court performance and signature cross-step move. Featuring black and white, the colorway draws design cues from the Jordan 9. The next pair is known as Baron and is a tribute to Jordan's days of playing baseball. Guo Alun also has an exclusive Jordan 39 PE, which features accents of seafoam green, symbolizing luck and prosperity. The Heritage pair comes dressed in red and pays tribute to Michael Jordan's legacy in Chicago. The 8th colorway draws inspiration from MJ's iconic 90s fashion and his array of suits. And lastly, we have Noor, which comes dressed in a black color scheme along with a gray sole and is inspired by MJ's nickname Black Cat. As for the look, it's decent. Now, I'm sure it's incredible on court. They actually look comfortable playing in. And I've been staring at the images for like 5 minutes now, and honestly, I really don't see any specific inspiration from the Air Jordan 9. Now, I'm sure when Jordan Brand does a press release, they will officially talk about all the technology and everything, but the Air Jordan 38 really didn't resemble that of the Air Jordan 8 either. Now, although Jordan Brand has yet to unveil all of the technology that went into the shoes, we do have a little bit of information. So, the first time in Jordan history, the model will have a full-length Nike Zoom X foam, resulting in 85% energy returned and a cushioned heel. The herringbone traction pattern on the outsole aids in speed and cuts. But anyways, on to the release details. The first pair to release is known as Soul, and they're going to drop on July 23rd. The retail price will be $200. The second pair, known as Lumiere, that pair drops on August 6th, and the retail price will be $200. Let me know your thoughts on the overall look down in the comment section below. Now, when I was told about the shoes months and months back, I was told that the overall theme was going to be on-court performance, but the look can be worn off court like a lifestyle shoe. I mean, I guess you could wear it off the court as a lifestyle shoe. I personally don't see it, but that's just my opinion. Something I've been waiting for is new images of the Air Jordan 13 Dune Red. Now, I know a lot of people dislike the shoes. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but what I've seen across the comment section on Twitter and other social media, people are not feeling them. And it's just due to the fact that they somewhat resemble the Bin 23. Yes, they don't have the same quality, not even close as the Bin 23, but the colorway is similar. But in my opinion, I would think that people would like that for just that reason, because the Bin 23 is a very popular model and the price for them is around $1,000. This pair is going to retail for $200 and more than likely is going to go on sale. So in my opinion, these will work just fine until I want to actually spend that kind of money on the Bin 23. But with the new looks, we have a few different angles. So of course we can see the side, the tongue, the toe, and the heel. And the shoes will feature a Dune Red, Terra Blush, and white color combination. So this is a pair I plan on picking up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, as for release details, this pair will debut on June 25th, and the retail price will be $210. A couple days ago, official photos of the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Canary popped up, of course giving us our best look yet. Now, I know some people have been asking about this shoe because I haven't really talked about it in a while. We really haven't received new photos, and there hasn't been a release date change, so I didn't talk about them. But since we got the official photos, they're here. The release date is still the same, which I'll talk about more in a moment. But for those that don't know, this is a women's exclusive release. And what I'm hearing, although not confirmed, is they're on the limited side. Now, that shouldn't come as a big surprise just because it's a Travis Scott. They're always going to be somewhat on the limited side, some more limited than others. But in any case, the hype exceeds how many pairs are going to be available. But the color description is canary, racer blue, light silver, and gum medium brown. Now, the colorway is said to be inspired by his high school Elkins. And overall, the look of the shoes resemble any past Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG collab. We just have different colors used. Now, since we have a handful of colors going on, they will come with 3 sets of laces, which includes red, yellow, and blue. And as for the release date, they are scheduled to debut on May 17th. This is one of the few pairs that hasn't been delayed as of yet, and the retail price will be $150. Now, as for picking these up, these won't be available just anywhere. The SNKRS app will be one place, and they should be available at select boutiques, not any boutique, but some of the more popular ones. I know it's really early to talk about 2025 sneaker releases, but I've been talking about it for about a month now. We got 2 new pairs to talk about in this video, and one of those is the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal. So I can confirm that the shoes will be returning spring 2025, and this marks the second time that the Royal colorway has been applied to the Air Jordan 1 Low. Now, although this is an OG colorway, it was originally placed on the Air Jordan 1 High, and those dropped in 1985. Now, as for the first low top to release, that took place in 2015 and was on the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. Now, as for the colorway, we've seen it applied to various different Air Jordan 1s. We have mids, lows, alpha, and so many. However, if we're talking about main releases or popular ones, then the shoes have released a total of 9 times. So the first time was back in 1985, and then we saw a first retro take place in 2001. Both of those, of course, were in high top form. Fast forward to 2013, we saw another release take place, and then in 2015, that's when Jordan Brand released the low top pair. Now, a year later in 2016, Jordan Brand released a new model known as the Jordan 1 Ultra High, and that also featured the Royal color combination. In 2017, it was a popular year for the colorway. They returned on the Air Jordan 1 High OG. I own that pair, and it's probably one of the more popular pairs if you're not counting the 85. Also in the same year, we saw the Air Jordan 1 Flyknit Royal debut. And then Jordan Brand released a very limited Satin Royal pair, which was only available at Walters in Atlanta and Active Athlete in Houston. The final pair we saw released was the Royal Reimagined Air Jordan 1 High OG in 2023. Unfortunately, those didn't do well at all. I believe you can still find those on sale. People were not feeling the suede upper. Now, personally, I love the color blocking. I don't like the suede as much as leather, but I still think it's a solid shoe. Now, I haven't picked them up yet, I'll be honest. I still plan on doing it. I'm waiting for them to hit my local outlets. Now, as for the 2025 Air Jordan 1 Low 85, the shoes will come dressed in a black, royal, and summit white color combination. Now, the color placement will be on point to the original color blocking, just they're going to be in low top form. And the good news is that it will be on the 85 model, which means it's the closest model compared to the OG as far as looks and specs go. Now, as for a release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but they are expected to debut spring 2025, which means a release could take place between January and March, and the retail price will be $160. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below about this pair releasing next year. I've been getting a lot of DMs, comments about this pair, and yes, I can confirm that the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 Navy will be released spring 2025. Now, I'm going to tell you all the details that I know for now. Of course, there's going to be more coming, but first off, I want to say that the image shown is a mock-up. What releases may look different. However, this mock-up was based off of the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 Pine Green, which the Navy pair has a somewhat similar color description. Obviously, the difference would be the Navy use, so it's possible they could look like this, or more so like the Pine Green without the blue behind the mesh, or it could be completely different. Now, I'm hoping to get an accurate mock-up this week, but I'll let you guys know the info I have for now. So, the color description will be Summit White, White, Navy, Neutral Gray, Gum Yellow, and Varsity Red. Now, several months ago, I did hear something about a Nike SB Air Jordan 4 in blue releasing. There was some talk that it could be in 2024, but potentially in 2025. Now, I didn't share that information because I don't really like to work off rumors like that. I like to have confirmation, and I'm sure you guys see on Instagram all the photos of the shoes going around and stuff like that. And then I heard another rumor that Jordan Brand was going to move away from the Air Jordan 4 and start working on a different model. Again, it's something that I didn't want to put out there because it wasn't confirmed. Well, I'm talking about it now, and it's okay to talk about it, but I'm glad I didn't talk about it before because obviously they're not moving away from the Air Jordan 4. These are going to be released. Now, I won't bore people with the differences between the Air Jordan 4 and the Nike SB Air Jordan 4, but what I will say is that the Pine Green pair was the first pair to feature the updated shape to reflect the 1989 build. Now, it took a while, but eventually we started to see that shape placed on the Air Jordan 4. And going forward, we'll see it on most releases. I don't see why we wouldn't see them on all the releases, including this Nike SB Air Jordan collab. Now, as for the release, the good news is that they will be available at Jordan Brand retailers and skate shops. So that gives a lot of people more options to buy. This information actually came from the Jordan side of things, so the release should look similar in comparison to the Pine Green pair. I know the prices for the Pine Green, they did go up, but when they first dropped, the resale wasn't that high. Not until people started calling it Shoe of the Year and all this other stuff that the prices started to steadily climb. And unfortunately, with the news of another colorway coming, that also might make the price go up. Unfortunately, I don't own the Pine Green pair. I've been meaning to pick it up, but the price kept going up and I just never got around to it. But as for the release details, spring 2025 is when they're expected to debut, which means a release could take place between January and March of 2025, and the retail price will be $225. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below about the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 in Navy releasing. Honestly, I like the color blocking shown on the mock-up. I definitely hope they look like this. Again, I'm hoping that I have an update on the blocking very soon, so of course be on the lookout for that. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Also, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. If there's any news that you may think I missed, more than likely I'm going to cover it in the next video. I have a lot planned this week Typically, I do 2 long videos a week. This week, more than likely, it's going to be a minimum of 3, maybe even 4 or 5. I would just drop one whole video of everything that I know, but unfortunately, I can't do it like that. I have to write the article still, edit images, so it still takes time. But don't worry, after everything is out, I'm going to do a compilation video just to run down everything. Someone also suggested for me to do a new holiday 2024 release dates video because so many releases have been pushed around, some even delayed. So I may do that in the future. So like always, be on the lookout for that. Also, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below, or if you have any questions, leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to sneakerfiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.